Good day, Danvers. How are you? I'm Michael Bean. This is Topics of the Town. This is Mark Zuberek's show. We found Mark. He happens to be right here.
I'm right here and coming back strong.
We also found Tony Betancourt. I thought it was Waldo because of the shirt,
Yeah,
but
I thought it was for Christmas, you know what I mean? I wanted to look a little bit red, you know what I mean?
It's
That's the
very
thing.
Christmassy.
I didn't realize we were going to have another show afterwards, you know? That's the reason being.
First
It's
and
the Christmas
foremost,
yeah,
what
that's
I
all.
think we should do is wish everyone a Merry
Yes,
Christmas in
definitely.
case we miss you on our next show, which is now scheduled for December 21st,
Okay.
5 p.m.
Yep, so Merry Christmas. God bless everybody. We're hoping you have a healthy, happy holidays.
And I hope you didn't eat too much for Thanksgiving.
Even though we have Merry Christmas and all, we still have two of our infamous turkeys on the table because they still represent the turkeys in Town Hall.
Oh, I thought we were still talking Thanksgiving.
No, Thanksgiving is long gone. They don't want any thanks. They don't deserve any thanks in Town Hall. So what I would like to do is just at this time, I want to recognize the fact that Pearl Harbor Day
Yes.
we were attacked in Hawaii on December 7th, 1941. I was just going to say 2041. No. But we may still be attacked. But the thing is, we need to recognize all of our veterans and all of our, enlisted people that were fighting during that war. And thank you for your service, whoever is still around with us, because we are a few in between.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
So the residents of Danvers have been asking a lot of questions. And as you know, I have produced a three-part special that was introduced about a month ago for the entire government system in the town of Danvers. The residents have been asking the question, and sorry about the voice, but my voice is calming down, so I have turned over a new leaf, and I appreciate your patience with me. Who really runs this town?
That's what I ask.
And this is a question that we've been asking over and over again. What type of government do we really have? Do we operate under the Robert's Rules of Government?
No, apparently not.
Well, you have experienced that last selectmen's meeting. When and how does our government work? How does an average resident get involved? Who really runs this town? We have been asked many times in the past that this town, I'm being told that I'm not loud enough. Well,
You're loud enough.
I'm
Believe
loud
me.
enough.
Okay, just check.
They said you were loud enough the other day at the town meeting.
Well, I
Actually,
didn't
I'm
hear.
volume up, but I
Apparently too loud.
I didn't hear myself. The town, in their wisdom, has placed all of this information on the website. They claim that it's the best website in the world. However,
If you know how to use it.
the information is not readily available. Therefore, this presentation was conducted in the three-part series, and I will be repeating that in the near future as well. But the one thing is, I still want to introduce my favorite commentator on this show, Albert Einstein. He has made this my recognition of what is really going on with our website. I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. And
yeah.
that is so true
No,
We're
yes.
about 30 years into it.
already.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And we're sort of encouraging this. And
Yeah.
it is, technology is not the answer to everything that goes on with our government.
No.
So, just to pass it on to you is that the agenda and opinions are solely the topics of the town host, guests, commentators, and our infamous commentator myself, because I have been invited back to my own show and I want to thank you very much.
Well, thanks for letting me fill in while you were doing your projects. I
Well,
appreciate that.
I hope to come back and we'll have a continuation of additional stories, so may call on you to help out in the future.
fill
but
in?
I
Okay.
hope so. The one thing that I want to also express is the town seal, because the town seal is going to be very important in the discussion that will be taking place. The town seal represents the entire story of our government. The purest of all democracies, the strongest of all citadels of civil liberty, the town meeting, the town Danvers incorporated in 1757, did this incorporation with the king unwilling, so they resisted the influence of the British government.
And
We have a situation to test this process. Quote to the Board of Selectmen, a leader in our government, whether it's any level of government, is like a shepherd. He stays or she stays behind the flock, letting the most nimble go out ahead, whereupon the others follow, not realizing that all along they are being directed from behind.
yeah.
That is a quote I used in the past, and it is so true to our government, and our government is failing us right now
Oh, yeah.
because they don't have the leadership that we used to have in the past.
It's not even at the local level. It's all levels. That's the
It-
sad
No,
part.
it is all levels.
it's all
I
levels.
know it's
Yeah,
all levels.
it is all
This
levels.
is terrible.
The one thing that I want to express, and I have been chastised for saying this many times.
Yeah, you look like your feelings got hurt, too.
Oh, my feelings don't get hurt at all because I tell you how it is. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Leaders are not dictators, because dictates always result in upsetting the entire tax-paying residents. This government is of all of our people, not just the elected few that think that they are running this government. This government is of the people, for the people, and what's the rest of it?
By the people.
And by the people. There you go.
And you know what I say, though? You can't have it both ways.
There you
'Cause
have
you can't.
you have hit the nail right on the head. Let's just talk a little bit about the last selectmen's meeting, which we have conducted with the Board of Selectmen and our turkeys that were decorated now for Christmas. They have their hats on. And we've selected pretty much 2 of the infamous 5. And really, one of them represents the select board, which is roughly 3 of the 5. And the next one
It's always a
represents
3-2
the
vote all
town
the time. It's
manager.
terrible.
Now, he thinks that he is the most political person in town because he dictates whatever happens.
Well, let me ask you a question, though. Who is the real town manager? I mean, you got a guy in the Trask up there, takes over the microphone, okay? Talks and he's not even the chairman of the board, is he? I mean,
Well, first you have to ask yourself the question, who is the chairman of the board?
well, that's what I'm trying
Because
to get at.
poor David he's a very intellectual individual, very dedicated to the town, but he is being manipulated by the other 2 that
Here's-
are sitting next to
well,
him.
That's the problem. Look, If our taxes were going down, okay, and everything was hunky-dory, no one would be complaining, okay?
Right.
That's the problem. The problem is we're seeing things being done without the people knowing, and it's a little bit, to me, I don't know, it's not advertised real well.
Right.
All this stuff
That's
is
true.
under the table. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you find out about it too late. I mean, I don't know. That's what I think that's what they want.
Right.
Just like yesterday, you went. There was no microphone at the podium. Come on.
Well,
This
then
is an operation of how much? The billions of dollars.
$150 million
Okay.
a year.
And you can't have a microphone at the goddamn podium? My
Well,
God.
there are reasons for some of this. There have been complaints made to the Board of Selectmen. I even made them myself on Tuesday. And the thing is that the setup was that nobody heard me, except myself and some of the people close by. But
Did they do it
is that
deliberately? I don't
intentional?
know. Is it intentional? I don't
Well,
know.
that's a question that we have to ask ourselves.
I don't know. I mean, that's what it goes to show you. That's why I don't understand what's going on in this town. It's terrible.
But
It's scary.
The issue that was settled, it wasn't settled, it was identified at the Board of Selectmen meeting as a public comment because they could not stop me from making a public comment, is that over the last 3 months, 4 months now, they have conducted these budget conference committee meetings,
Right.
which were basically stacked with elected or appointed officials from the government. And we're here from the government and we're here to help.
When you hear that, you're in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, you are.
Well, the thing is that even at those budget conference meetings, the first one was in August, and the second one was in August. The second one, I was attending that as one of 2 residents.
Yeah.
The rest were all stacked from the different committees. So, what did you expect to hear from them?
Right.
They didn't want to hear about cutting the budget because they would have to reduce services or eliminate services. They didn't want to hear about funding this one-time process through municipal light board because that would increase the rates, and they don't want to do that because that's a sacred cow in this town. They didn't want to even talk about putting it on the water and sewer, bills. But the one thing that they ignored is any comment that was against the trash fee, because the trash has always been funded by tax revenue.
Right.
Now, the tax revenue, yes, it's limited, because it's limited because the government cannot or should not be expanding as fast as what's going on right now. The things that they're promising everyone are not funded by the tax rate. So, 90-some million dollars of the budget is through the revenue from the real estate tax. The other $60 million is from funds from other sources of tax revenue, meals tax, gas tax,
Right.
all kinds of
hotel
taxes.
tax. We're missing
Hotel
on that right
tax,
now.
right. So the thing is that they did not want to hear that explanation at the selectmen's meeting because I was resisted right from from minute 1.
Right.
And they gave me 2 minutes to speak.
Yeah.
But they took more than 2 minutes to speak back to me against what I was trying to say.
That's another thing. They should not have 3 minutes or 2 minutes for everybody to talk. A person should be able to get up there and explain themselves. If it takes 5 minutes, takes 5 minutes. It takes 10 minutes,
Right.
it takes 10 minutes. If it's an important issue, it should be able to talk about it. Okay,
Right,
they should be able to have interaction, see what's going on.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
how it should be. I mean,
But they don't want interaction.
I understand they don't want. But
They-
it's not.
They don't want to hear the truth.
It's not right though.
Now, let
And
me ask you a question. Is it? Am I correct when I say there's about 78 or 7,900 families? They're going to be taking on this $200 a year.
Yes.
So that's, what's it come out to? Just over $1 million?
Just about $1 million, yes.
Okay. So just my experience from working in town in a couple different spots, there's a lot of waste that happens. I think you could drum up your $1 million by shaving a little bit of the waste off. Nobody has to lose a job. There's just constant waste. And some waste has to happen, you know.
Well, every year now, for the last 4 or 5 years, we have free cash, which is budgeted to make the numbers work so they can get the maximum from our real estate taxes because of 2.5 criteria that they have to live by. Then that in this case last year it was $8.7 million that was left over from the budget because the budget was inflated. That could have been saved, and that was used to buy the trash bins, to fund the contract for trash removal, and everybody was happy. Town Hall did not make a big deal about funding this budget because they had excess funds this year. The thing is, they have been planning to increase the trash fee because the legislature in the past has made it possible through this law that they have passed, which is Chapter 44, Section 28CF, permits.
And that was under Baker?
It was under Baker, and this is another method of allowing them to collect more taxes as fees.
Yeah.
This is no different than a tax.
Circumventing the
But
Prop 2.5.
here's another
right.
situation. Not to be funny though, is this the best way for us to do this? It was never really talked about. It wouldn't have been better if we had to pay pay a back fee or something like that. It might have been a little bit better for the people, older people that only put out hardly anything. You understand what I'm saying?
The problem is, Tony.
This way here, you're making everybody pay for it. That's the sad part. And if you notice too, they're lazy. You know why they're lazy? They're making the landlords be responsible for
Right.
it. People that owns the house.
That's
okay?
right. That's
They,
right.
That's what they want. They're putting us to work. They're making us
Well,
work to make them money. They're they're supposed to make us money. Okay, they're supposed to run the town and use their brain and make the town be profitable. Okay, profitable for the people to cut down our taxes. I think that's what I was supposed to be.
Right.
But it doesn't seem that way. They keep tucking it to us. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, there's the only option that we have is to vote the bums out.
There's no question in my mind. Listen, you can't keep going this way here. Every time there's a vote, 3-2, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
but the town has to wake up. That's the problem.
Right, because you can, it's obviously not fair.
Exactly.
You can't have the same vote every time.
Well, it's been like that for a long time. That's the problem.
Well, there's one positive thing, two positive things that I've heard at this last selectmen's meeting, which I attended and I listened intensely. There were other people that had complaints in regard to the zoning,
Yes.
which is not just zoning, it's planning, and it's the damn town White House government. Boy, my pens are jumping. It is the entire town government because people do not have access to the people that are making the decisions.
Right.
What I see wrong here is
Just a bunch.
the people that are paying in this town are getting it tucked to them. The outsiders are coming in and ruining the town. That's what's happening here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I guarantee it's like that with a lot of stuff. Okay. They don't even live here, but they're making us pay for it.
That's right.
If you go around the North Shore, it's been my experience, a lot of city halls, they don't want you going in there. Just pay your bills, do your applications, everything online, don't come in the building.
Well, that's
Right.
true.
To create the distance from us and them.
That's the
That's what it
distance of resistance. You
Yeah.
cannot resist that.
Exactly.
So, but I also.
That's good for a guy that knows how to use a computer.
Right.
But
That's the problem.
It's taken
If
the
you're not really computer savage,
right.
it's a whole different situation.
It's taken the personal effect away.
It
and,
is. It is my friend Einstein. His saying is absolutely correct, and I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots, and we're on our way. Now, The one thing that was positive.
Can I
at
say
the
one thing?
meeting-
No, one more thing.
Go ahead.
I'm not trying to be funny here. This is what I don't understand. The town lies to us, okay? They have all these committees, and they keep telling us that, you know, affordable. They want it to be affordable. They keep putting all these fees on, okay, and they keep going up every year. Who pays for it?
We do.
Exactly.
Right.
The people that are renting have to pay. You have to charge them more. No one can afford to live.
No, right.
The only one that can afford to live is the big cats in town hall. Basically, is what
what's
it comes down to.
What's an average apartment in Danvers now? $2,000?
Crazy what?
It's
Over-
over that.
Yeah, it is.
It's 2,700 for a two-bedroom over there at the new section at the
Yeah.
old building up on Holton Street. Okay, that's what they're asking for. I saw it advertised. Okay,
Really.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I got 3-room apartments. The highest one I got is 2,200. Okay,
Yeah.
not to be funny, but I mean that's pretty reasonable. I really don't want to. You can get a lot more, but people can't afford it. I mean,
The
this person has to-
Danvers, well, I attended a meeting of, I don't know, the Attorney General's office, Sally Kearns and Joan Lovely, and they were talking about the obstacles of renting in Danvers on top of the Hospital Hill.
I heard it's a nightmare up there. They're trying.
Their rents for a two-bedroom, $2,800 to $3,000, $2,800 to $3,000.
I don't even think a teacher
They
in town
want-
could afford that.
They want to increase the rents because they haven't increased them for the last 4 years or 3 years. They want to increase them by 10% basically. But that's nothing. They have invested into those properties. They need to get a profit or return on it. So now the people, the
But you don't have to
renters,
be greedy, though. You don't have to be greedy.
no, you don't. You have
the
to be business savvy.
Right.
It's a business. The thing is that the
You also have to have a
renters-
heart.
yes, well, that's a different. That's a different individual. That's somebody that owns a small business,
Right,
basically.
exactly, yeah.
You have maybe 2 or 3 units, and you tend to the retaining of those individuals in your rental time,
And you know your tenants.
and you know your tenants.
I had
that's
one
right.
who was there for 22 years.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you, 22 years.
Yeah.
That's right.
I mean, my God.
But
you know.
let me go to the good
I
part
know, I'm sorry,
of the
didn't mean
meeting.
to.
That's all right.
But you know, the reason being, just trying to
But
get some
that was
conversation.
another meeting that was conducted, and I sat through the first part of it, and I said, "Why are we here? This is a complaint session to the legislators, the 2 that we have, and the Attorney General's office. There are all kinds of laws protecting tenants. You cannot get rid of a tenant
I know, it's sad. I believe that's-
because the judges, the landlords and the judges agree to keep them on, because if you don't, you're going to drag this out for another 6 to 9 months. But the good part of last Tuesday's meeting was that finally I noticed that some of the selectmen and select women have realized that there's a problem. And there was talk in regard to getting together a special town meeting to curtail the activities of the town manager in increasing taxes. There was discussion about having a special town meeting to bring that issue back to the public, to the town meeting. Also, there was a discussion which took place over the last 2 meetings in regards to opening up the town charter, the Town Manager Act. We have a Town Manager Act that gives absolute powers to the town manager without any influence from the Board of Selectmen, because they are afraid of the town manager.
But if they're going to do it, they're going to have to wait until after the re-election. We have to get smart and put more better people in there. The reason being, right now, the way this board is, wouldn't make a difference. It
Well,
pass.
I
That's the sad part
was-
about it. I'm
I
telling
was
you right
told,
now. I hate to say it.
I was told by Maureen Bernard
Yeah.
that she is taking hold of that issue in regard to having a special town meeting, which I think it takes 100 to 150 signatures
That's a piece of cake. That's nothing.
to put a warrant article on a town meeting, and we do have a town meeting scheduled
Yeah,
for
February
February.
5th. February 5th,
So
from what I understand.
this is the time to do something, and hopefully we can generate enough resistance
Yep.
to get this thing moving. But the bigger picture is opening up the Town Manager
Right.
Act.
I think we have to wait for a new election. Right now, the way this board is, 3-2 all the time, I don't think it's the time to do it.
Well, it's a
We got a May election coming up. I think it should be opened up after the May election. Hopefully we can get some new faces in there, because the way this town is going, I'm sorry to say, I really,
Well,
I'm really disappointed. I'm disappointed in a lot of different ways.
Tony, last annual election or last annual town meeting, I proposed 3 articles as a resident,
I
and
remember.
not even a town meeting member. All I needed was 10 signatures. None of those articles went anywhere because they did not like to open up the books and find out what the hell is really going on. Our Town Manager Act and our town charter has not been addressed since 1993 or 94. You're talking about 30 years. So there needs to be an issue, and this is an issue, the tax, the fee or the Trask tax that I've been talking about all along. This has to stop.
But
And the selectmen need to,
Even town meeting, though, the town meeting has to change too. I can't believe in this age right now, with technology and all the technology everywhere, that they can't give us clickers so we can vote with clickers, okay, and get a real vote count, okay? Because right now, I don't believe in that, the way that they have it, okay? That you yell it out and she can tell who's doing that. Believe me, more than one time, my ears are pretty good, man. It's got to change, okay? We have to get a more fair town meeting going,
Well,
okay,
see,
before we go anywhere, okay?
this-
That's my honest opinion, okay? I'll be honest with you. I'm so frustrated. I don't even know if I want to run for town meeting again, okay? I'm being honest with you, okay? The
you
reason
have-
being is not because this is a bunch of baloney, okay? That's why, okay? I think it's about time you do it and you do it right, okay? That's my honest opinion, okay?
well, all I wanted to do is bring across the negative and the positive. There's a message that's being sent by some of the comments of the 2 selectmen that are, one is running for re-election and the other one is,
You mean the town manager?
no, the pseudo town manager.
I think he's the town manager.
You know who that is.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we have 2 town managers.
I know.
As far as I'm
Well-
concerned, I swear to God we do.
Just to wrap this thing up, because I think we're running out
No,
of
I
time.
understand. I'm sorry to.
That's
step in for
okay.
some
No,
time, but-
this is exactly what I
Well, the reason
expected.
being is what I feel. I mean, I'm not being funny, okay? I hate to see. Look, 45 years in this town. Like I told you, I've been watching selectmen meetings go back to, I don't know, when they first got cable in, okay? That was a long time ago. At least, what, 41 years ago, 43 years ago? That place used to have a lot of people there, okay? I remember quite a few people, Mr. Sears, all the different people packed there, all the stuff. It's a joke now. There's no one even in there. Come on. Something's wrong. This town, we have to get this town back together before we lose it, okay?
Well,
Otherwise, it's going to
can I-
become a city or something. I don't know what to do.
We
Right,
should
that's-
become a
that's-
city.
yeah,
That's
was-
the question.
I was going to say that.
Okay.
Shouldn't we become a city?
I don't know, but a lot of people don't want to because the town has a
Well-
better feel, but we're not going the right way as
Well,
far as I'm concerned.
look at where the corner store was. We're becoming a city.
Oh, there's no question about it. That is,
Yeah.
in that monstrosity, but it's not even just there. It's everywhere else. I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
oh
yeah,
God,
and
please,
it's gonna
I don't wanna
keep
get into
going.
Well,
it.
that's
Yeah.
because we have engaged outside people and hired them on to our administrative staff, and the town manager is delegating all of that to those administrators. What do they call them? Directors, managers, or whatever. They are outside of Danvers. They may be living in the town right now, but they came from cities like Lexington, town of Lexington, Methuen, or other towns. There is an issue in our town of the administrators and the employees not being very happy either.
Not loyal.
They are not, that they're not loyal.
I know there's a lot of turnover. I know that.
There's a lot of turnover, and that's one of the special stories that I'll be doing after the first of the year. because that has been going on for too long. But
and I can understand. I mean, the town manager should bring his group in, but if he's going to bring them in, it's got to be for a better positive action,
That's
not
right.
negative.
so let me just okay. go
I
ahead.
just want to throw one thing out. We're taking on these immigrants, like up at the Dayton Street Hotel.
Please
Yeah.
don't even talk about that.
But am I correct when I say we're losing money
Yes, we are.
because of that?
Yes.
So they're going to take more on? Because I heard that the old Village Green there, they're going to fill that place too?
I didn't hear that one.
Yeah.
I heard it was already filled. Well, the Village Green was.
Oh, it is?
And
filled?
I heard
Okay.
I heard the
Yeah.
Village Green was full.
Well, there was a
and I heard
third-
the one behind the old Calitris. That one there, I heard.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, that
the
was-
Comfort
yeah.
Inn.
But there's a third one coming. I forget where I heard. But because they're not being rented out and the state's funding that, we're losing.
Yes, we do. We lose,
We lose income.
we lose income, but not only. How about the schools?
The schools
Right.
and all the other services.
How about the
police,
teachers you got to get for?
Yeah, police, fire.
Well, see, we've
you know.
gone through this in the past
If you have a,
with
if you have a
the
police scanner, my God, they're up there constantly.
Yeah, oh yeah,
They live there at those hotels.
yeah,
It's ridiculous.
yeah. Right.
Then they want to know what's the problem.
well, who do you think is paying for that?
We know
You
it's
and
been
I.
fun. Yes, we know that.
Whether it's through federal, state, or local taxes.
We know that. It's a joke, man. Please.
So, to wrap this subject up, we're halfway through. The selectmen should first challenge their appointed town manager to use his skills and actually manage the budget and represent all the taxpayers of the town. The committee members tried to ask for a vote, and David Mills was claiming that there was a vote taken by the grant committee, and there wasn't, never was taken. Finally declared that any vote would be illegal and deferred this matter to a later date and more discussion. Well, the later date occurred, there was very little discussion, and the edict was made by the town manager where he said, I can do this without your approval, but I'm asking for your approval because I want to cover my behind. Politically. So he's the best politician we have in town. Okay. The question that we need to ask ourselves, and I'm just going to go real quickly, why are we asking for more funds? Why are we expanding the budget? Is there a real reason? Is the town manager planning a major DPW project for a new garage?
Well, we did hear that.
Do we really need a new garage and office space? Is it for the function of the DPW, or is it for the comfort and office space for the town hall? The White House has been functioning, expanding their employees
Yes.
by
Right.
the numbers.
And every one of them get a take-home car.
Is the town hall too small for large plans of our town management? The community/town meeting must be consulted when you begin to think about increasing taxes or discussing fees on our residents. All elected officials are or have the responsibility for controlling the costs. We control our costs personally. We need to manage our own budget. Why does the town just is able just to ask for more
Because they have
money?
a license to steal. That's why.
Well, that's a good point.
That's why.
All right.
They bought an electric car, I guess, in town here.
Oh, they
Yep.
did.
So they put a charger behind town hall.
They,
I
in
did
front
see
of
that.
town hall.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah. And
But-
then one of the management people in town has a Mustang.
Yes, it does. That's
Why are we buying Mustangs?
well, that's because they are affordable, because they probably got a grant of some kind.
Yeah.
But guess who that Mustang is being used by?
Go ahead.
The DPW director.
Right.
He doesn't
So-
even live in town, does he?
I don't want to
No,
get into
I
that.
don't think so. We should. I don't know. We got to find that stuff out too. I mean, really. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
So that's where we're at, and I have an item in here, and we're spoiling the Christmas season.
I know.
The
But
spirit.
that's the problem.
The
but
spirit
the
of
spirit,
Christmas.
Yes.
but the spirit is still alive in us,
Yes.
at least.
I
The
think
town hall doesn't seem to have any spirit. So, I had a new item on here, topic 2, Mike's home improvement.
I
And
have been doing that while you were away.
I know that, but I also included in here Christmas tree safety.
Yeah, that's real.
Maybe you can take that on.
Okay. Well, obviously, if you have a real Christmas tree,
Yes.
you got to make sure you keep that thing watered.
Yes, it drinks quite a bit every day. I got to put water in it.
My mother says you put aspirin in it.
Really?
Yeah, she told me when we were kids, you put an aspirin in it. It helps the tree out.
And I heard too.
Maybe
whiskey.
the aspirin was for
Whiskey.
her.
I
I
heard
don't
whiskey.
know.
No, whiskey. I heard whiskey too. I'm serious though.
That's for Santa
Oh,
Claus.
no, it helps the tree last a little bit longer. I've done it before a couple of times. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Are you down there with the whiskey under the tree?
Pour it in. I'm telling you.
No, but there's all kinds of
Helps.
things,
Yeah, the
whether
remedies.
you add sugar to the
Yeah.
water,
Yeah.
aspirin to the water. You have
Yeah.
to crush the aspirin because
Yeah.
it doesn't
Oh, really?
dissolve.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
gonna.
gonna- I'm
Yeah,
gonna
it's
try
not gonna
that then.
digest it. But
Let me ask you a question though. The trees though, the lights today don't have that much power. Back in the old days with
Yeah.
the big bulbs, that's
Yeah.
when they really lit on fire.
right, the
right?
LEDs, right?
Well, not the LEDs, the real
No,
strong
the real
stuff.
today's
Yeah,
LED.
today
yeah.
it's you know it's
The
Yeah.
LEDs
not
have
that much.
taken
But still,
over.
Yeah.
because the Christmas tree goes up, believe me.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know how I know?
You
I've
have
come
one
when I
go
put in
up.
my fireplace, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh God.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm telling you.
If they dry out, yeah,
Oh God.
they're very highly
So-
flammable.
So I
Yes.
think the message is enjoy your tree,
Yep.
but if you have a real one, make sure you water it and keep it moist because it dries up very
Yes.
quickly.
The artificial tree will not need the aspirin.
It will not need the aspirin, but it also
Maybe the
needs,
whiskey.
It might be the whiskey.
but it needs the whiskey.
I'm telling you.
I love it.
works.
So Merry
Glad that-
Christmas and a
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year for all.
I'm
So
telling
the
you.
third topic today we have is Danvers residents' message to the Beverly Airport Commission.
Oh God.
And Tony and I have been attending that Airport Commission meeting. There's one scheduled for this coming Monday.
Yes.
And I intend to go to that one.
I'm going to go too. But
even-
I'm very disappointed with right now. The reason being, this town has let us down again. Okay, the story I keep seeing with this airport pacifies us for a little while, and they do what they're supposed to do, and then they come right back and stuck it up our golo again. That's what they're doing again. Okay, they're not using the right runways again. They start pulling this stuff again. Okay, and no one watches them. The town doesn't watch them. We got 2 people. They don't pay attention. The new guy is actually trying to get a committee going for the pilots for the FAA come in and talk to the pilots. The neighbors fall on deaf ears. Okay, that's the problem here. Okay, it's a sad situation. It very is. I'm getting really sad of the situation. It's sad to see. Okay, this town should stay behind us. Okay, even this. I don't know. I can't believe it. 3-2 vote every time. It's ridiculous. Okay, I didn't really go talk to them individually, but I'll be honest with you. This airport issue has been an issue for a long time. Even when Gardner Trask was there, and if you notice, we used to have a liaison from the selectman on there. It used to be Mr. Trask. All of a sudden now we don't have him anymore. It's the cover's tail. That's why. Okay. The reason being, this guy has been giving the airport whatever they wanted for a long time. Okay. And the town's doing the same thing. I thought we were getting somewhere, and we went to town hall. We had all the people. Everything was working good. Was working a little bit better. Okay. Was starting to work. But I'll be honest with you, slap in the face is coming back. And unless you start all over again and get 50 or 100 people again to go down there, nothing's going to happen again. It's
Well,
ridiculous.
the Tony and Mike, I have
I'm sorry to be the way I'm saying.
I
but it's
have
just
I
being
have
truth.
made an
Keep
observation.
seeing it, you know.
I have made an observation.
No, and you
is
hit it on the head all the time.
what they want to do is to exhaust the residents
Yes.
to a point where they comply with everything that goes on. Well, it's not being complied. The leadership response to the noise has turned out to be a time for placating of the voices from the affected communities. And it's not just Danvers
No.
that's being affected. It's Wenham, Beverly, Topsfield is being affected
Oh,
now.
no question in my mind. Yeah. Even
Peabody
Ipswich,
is being
even
affected.
Ipswich.
In
Yeah.
Ipswich.
Right now,
Right.
Peabody, matter of fact, today the helicopter was staging at the North Shore Mall. Usually they do it at the Danvers Mall, but North Shore Mall. I mean, really, it's
Yep.
ridiculous, man, okay? We got a Beverly Airport. No one lives in Danvers, okay? Okay? They're making money over there like crazy, okay? And we're not getting tax money, okay? Now they're going to put more hangars over there. The town lets them do it, and
Well,
they don't even talk
they
about
haven't yet. We haven't gone to the meeting.
It's
so-
going to happen, Mark. The reason being is the meeting you didn't show up for, the thing there, the guy was already there saying everything's okay, okay?
Yep.
Everything looks good already, okay? The town's already washed their hands and helped them, man, okay?
Is
I mean,
the
it's
FAA
ridiculous.
making the decisions?
That's what
No.
they fall
Is that
behind
what
that
they say?
baloney all the time. Okay, it's a joke, man. Okay, what I understand now, I haven't really talked to someone. When I went to the Conservation Commission, I was told that the reason being they were going by federal rules.
Right.
Federal rules is to keep us quiet, and for the town to say, "Well, that's what you can do," and they let it all happen, and we keep getting tucked up our asshole.
I don't know why we're not negotiating to get funded back with for our fire calls going up there in any of our services. I mean, I understand.
Hold it. They just did 2 days up there, 2 full days up there, okay? Maneuvers. I don't even know if Bev was involved. I think just Danvers was there. That's how stupid this town is, okay?
Yeah.
This town is so stupid. They keep giving. Take care of your goddamn residents, for Christ's sakes. We're the ones that pay the bills. Up there, you're laughing, but up there, no one even lives in Danvers, for Christ's sakes. And it's all out-of-towners, okay? Even the guy that just bought this new place paid millions for it, okay? Doesn't even, it's a joke, man. Come on. I really don't, that's why I don't even want to get into this anymore, because I get frustrated. The reason being I've been at this for so long, I keep thinking, I thought things were getting better. They were getting better. But all of a sudden, again, boom, get a slap in the face.
Well,
all over again.
that's the depletion of your energy. They want you to fall back on
Exactly.
on the old days. But there was one commissioner.
But I'm stubborn.
I know you are persistent. One commissioner tried to work with the neighbors to address the noise issue over Danvers. But he, as many of the BVY, the Beverly Airport Commission Board, he resigned
They
because he
all
got
resigned
fed
after
up.
a while.
The neighborhood association got frustrated and failed to get their message to the commission. They were not even considered in this important work and voice they provided. The neighbors deserve to be heard and considered.
No question in my mind, but I think we got to get a new select board.
Well, listen.
We got to get someone. I don't know. We got to get someone to
Well-
take care of the town of Danvers. The town of Danvers has to be taken care of. If they took care of this like they took care of the tax business, we wouldn't have any problems.
Well, let's yeah, I know. The good neighbor noise policy has been languishing without action by the commission. When will this commission listen to the affected residents in Danvers, Wenham, and even in Beverly itself?
Oh, there's no question about it.
Draft revisions are absurd that we received at one of the meetings. No reflection to reality.
Mark,
Need Danvers neighbors to demonstrate the need for a reliable noise abatement policy. Danvers Airport commissioners are delinquent in any resolution of a plan that worked for years and now abandoned. This I called for at the last Topics of the Town news broadcast. Our senior commissioner, who is Aaron Henry, and I'll mention the name,
I know. I hate the,
should be recalled or resign because he does not
he's missed the last
have
2
the
meetings. He's starting to
time.
be like Karen now.
He does not have the time or diligence to serve that position. When will Danvers have a voice on the Beverly Commission? Many other issues that have been happening, we've been reporting on it. They listen, they roll it up into a ball of paper, throw it in the wastebasket, and say, we'll see you guys next month.
They give you a little while just to pacify you. That's the problem. Right now, look, they have everything I have on paper. You know that, what they're supposed to be doing. They're not doing it. They were doing it for a while. Now they're not doing it. 1-6 used to be the Common
Runway.
Exactly. And they were using it for a while. I think the people in Beverly are complaining so much. The reason being now they're using 3-4, okay? And now when they're using 1-6, instead of going into Beverly, they're taking right-hand turns and come back into Danvers. That's how, okay? And we're letting it happen. That's how stupid it is, okay? It's a joke, okay?
Well,
In order to fight these people, you have to buy a radio. You have to listen to them constantly because these people don't play by the rules that they tell you they're going to do. That's the problem.
And even if you report any incident, they don't listen, they don't respond.
Let me give you a good one, okay? We've had a crane over here building this new place up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before they had cranes in Beverly and Wyndham and stuff like that. We used to call and complain, wow, we can't go over there because the crane is there. This crane's been here and they're always flying over here, man. They use this from every chance they get. They don't care about this crane.
Well, because they
It's an excuse is what it is.
That's right.
So let me ask you a question. Is it that you'd prefer them to use certain runways or to have a schedule? Is that what you're thinking?
Yes. What I'm thinking is stop and think here.
Yeah.
The way they get everything set up, everything comes into Danvers, okay?
Yeah.
If I could tell you all the runways and everything else, they use runway 3-4, they're taking right-hand turns, they're always in Danvers. Always in Danvers, okay? If they use 1-6 and they take a left-hand turn like they're supposed to, they're in Beverly. They give us a break. But the people in Beverly started complaining or something because they're not using it anymore, okay? And now, a lot of times they're on it, they're using right-hand turns, okay? Mm-hmm. You have to watch it. I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm not making this stuff up, okay? Mm-hmm. You see it.
So you're saying that if they mixed it up more, you'd be...
Well, they have to give us a break.
Right. Yeah.
give everybody a break.
Give everybody a break.
Yeah.
Okay, but they don't. They're not going to do it. In the town of Danvers, lets it happen. The reason being is they don't know.
Well,
I mean,
this is a bigger issue than that.
Yeah, okay, it's a bigger issue.
And listen, the real estate taxes that are being forgiven to Beverly Airport for the Danvers portion of the airport are now negotiated and forgiven. These taxes must be collected for the benefit of Danvers due to the impact of our quality of life.
Exactly.
And the issues identified above.
All right, yes,
However, the town manager does not have the courage to ask for those taxes because every December or January, there's a letter that comes in from Beverly Airport saying, please forgive your taxes.
It is peanuts. That's why they forgive it. But
no, but the problem is that town meeting was made aware of this fact. There's 170 acres of property that is on the west side of the airport, and it is a portion of land that's in Danvers. On that property, they have a fueling farm. Right. What do they call them? Hangar.
98% of the money comes out of that section. 2
hangars. Now, the fees for the taxes and for the fuel taxes are being collected, but they're being collected for Beverly.
Is there excise tax on planes? Do you know that?
There is.
There must be, yeah.
Then Beverly collects it then.
Of course they do. The problem is that our management in our town and our commissioners that we have out there are sleeping at the wheel.
Let me ask you a new question now, okay? Now, they want to put in 2 new hangars. You heard of that already?
Yes.
Now, since I've been watching there, they've put up 4 hangars, okay? Now, that should change the stupid thing that they have in writing should change. As soon as the new hangars come in, they should change the process. They should have to start all over again and get the tax money for it, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well,
you think that would be?
Yeah, I would think so.
Nobody
but it
in
never
our
ever happens. That's the problem. They keep building over there, and and they keep letting it happen.
I think that's a pretty straightforward business decision.
The problem is that
Exactly.
nobody is asking for that to be paid.
Well, maybe someone's actually getting it and we don't know about it. Do you ever think of that?
Well,
I hate to say it, but I'm being honest with you. With this problem, the way it's been, and so hard to fight it, I don't know, man. There's something going on that we don't know about. We really don't know about it, okay? I think that's what it is. I hate to say it, okay? Because I'm starting to understand that because I can't believe you put so much into this. I've collected 500 signatures. I've brought people. I've done everything, okay? And I'm sick of it in a way. But I mean, when is this town gonna help its residents? I have a funny feeling maybe the time they're gonna help us is maybe when we have 500 people go down town hall and ask for a deduction because we can't take the noise anymore.
That's exactly
maybe that's what it is.
it
When they have to give everybody $500 off everything, maybe that's the time to finally wake up. I don't know when it's gonna be. Maybe we need a town meeting member for that or something. I don't know. Maybe we have to propose something for town meeting. I don't know.
Well,
I'm being honest with you. It's ridiculous. It's a frustrating situation.
That can be a special town meeting as well. This is where Maureen and Matt Duggan.
We got to fix the select board first and town meeting. We have to get town meeting working right. Town meeting does not work right.
We
Okay.
have to get the pseudo town managers off the board because they've been there for too long and they are expressing their personal views in regard to how this government works,
Right.
not the people themselves. But their biggest problem is people are asleep. They don't get involved. And we need to get
there is
them
a question.
involved.
There is people, but it's tough. I mean, but you can see it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And that's what they want to do. They want to exhaust you. That's what they want to do. They promise you something, give you something, go along a little bit. People get a little happy, and then they walk away. Okay, that's what they keep doing. But I keep seeing it too often. That's the problem. Okay, and I guess it's another slap in the face again. One more time. I mean, it's terrible.
Well,
why.
I will be at the meeting
I'm going
on
to.
Monday,
I'm going
and
to.
I will have a special on our cable program.
And I appreciate your help with what you've helped me with. I really appreciate it.
That's
I mean, I really do.
it's for the community, and the community needs to wake up.
Exactly.
And our government needs to awake as well, because they are asleep at the switch, and all they have is they hand out to our taxpayers over and over again because we are willing to give them that money.
I'm wondering if they like this idea. The reason being, all up and down in my area, a lot of houses have been selling. I mean, I'm serious. There
Yeah.
are quite a few. I wonder if that's really what they want. Change hands so they can get more tax money. I don't know. Is that what it is? Is it a gimmick they have? Maybe
They
in town?
already are charging
know.
us more taxes
They
because
should be able to
the
tell us
cost.
how many houses sold in that area if they wanted to, okay? Because they know. I can't believe how many. I mean, it's constant. It's ridiculous.
You can go to the assessor's office and get a list of the recent or the last 12 months worth of sales, and you can look at it yourself. I did a study at one time, and the thing that I noticed specifically is that the industrial and commercial were totally overlooked. They are assessed at a value, and the sale of a property, because they don't happen very often, is twice as much as what the assessed value is, because those are the big box companies that operate in town.
And they got the big lawyers.
And they have the lawyers that they end up in court all the time. So, to wrap this thing up, Danvers, Wenham, and Beverly, including Topsfield, Ipswich, and the other communities, deserve a better quality of life without the noise, pollution, and the bureaucracy not responding to our concerns and issues. We need some attention.
We do. We really do.
And the thing is, we need to have our commissioners respond
I'm
to the
starting to get
residents.
frustrated with commissioners. I don't know why we have them. I keep saying it. I don't know why.
Well, that,
I would rather have $100,000 or $200,000 or whatever the tax supposed to be on it.
the tax on that, if it was taxed at the rates that
Right,
we're
it's almost about $1
taxing,
million.
is $1 million.
Okay. That would
So-
pay for that would pay for the trash.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And the town manager wants to be,
Well, they
blind
have,
to
that's,
it.
I thought the town was supposed to take care of us. Okay?
Well, no, they take care of themselves first.
I understand it, but even in a lot of different ways, that's why I don't understand this. Like when they've taken property by eminent domain, and remember they give it away for peanuts to
Yep.
the housing trusts and stuff, and they end up
Yeah.
selling it for nothing.
Well,
Why did they make money on it and put it back in the kitty for us to be a better town?
Well, I'm going to ask for an opportunity to present the next clip, which Jack may put up. This is in regard to our closing comments. And I'm looking at 6 minutes for closing
I know
comments.
that.
That's unusual.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good.
But what I'm going to do is introduce, I have a Topics of the Town outline that was dated December 19th, 2013. And I did the show then with John Zavaglia.
Yes. Here,
And
let me say a prayer for John.
John, thank you for your support of all this time, because this thing is 3 pages long and it covers just about as much material as I have been developing. So what I want to do is I want to share that with you, because that is a very important document. We're going to start using that next show, which is December 21st, 5 p.m. at the studio, and that's going to be our end of the year Christmas show.
Are you going to do the call-in again? Because I want to call in.
I want to see if we can get the
extra help.
call
That
in,
would
but
be
we
good.
need an additional volunteer.
Yeah, he's saying
So
Jack says no.
Jack says
no.
no.
No, he's shaking the head.
Jack, we're going to have to twist your arm.
Yeah, it'd be nice to hear from all the people in the town that are frustrated. I don't think the town will want to hear it either, though.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
so Tony,
Yes.
closing comments.
Oh, I love this town, okay? I've been here for so long. My wife's been here all her life, okay? Her family's been here all their life, okay? And this town is really not the town that we knew. I mean, it's changed a lot. I know it's supposed to change for the better, but I don't know if it's better or not. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of things that could be different. I think, I'll be honest with you. I can't even explain it, okay? It goes to my heart. I can't. I mean, I would want young people to be able to live here, okay, and not move out of here. I mean, everybody that lived here lives in New Hampshire now,
Yeah,
okay? It's
right.
terrible, okay? I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it's just sad. It's a sad situation. I mean,
It's
if
so
you grew up
expensive.
here, exactly,
So expensive.
exactly. It's sad. It's a sad situation.
Michael, what do you think?
I think that it's too bad that the town government follows the what's going on in the whole country when we've always been better in a lot of ways. We always we have the streets plowed better than the towns that butt up to us. We had a better police department. People would say you can't drive across town without getting pulled over.
Oh, no question.
And they didn't mean it in a bad way necessarily. They just meant that, the police were out there doing their duty, right? And those are the things that kept everything intact. And now certain things just aren't there anymore, and we're following the ways of, big government, which is not really going to work out.
Exactly.
Well, it's happening more and more often in these small communities, and we think we're a small community. We're not. We are a city. You have to realize that we are a city.
And you know what's sad too? Who's making the money here is not the people who live here. It's all the outsiders. That's the sad part.
That's right.
That's
Well,
the sad
you
part.
look at the commutes in the morning and in the afternoon. They're going
Passing
to
right through.
Beverly
Yes.
and Peabody, and they're coming back to Middleton and beyond.
62. I can't believe it, man.
Well, that's
No,
where
it's
I
awful.
live on off of
awful.
62.
I can't believe it, but I mean,
Yeah, it's
really,
terrible.
it's for miles.
Right.
I mean, it's so they're passing through.
When they did the intersections at High and
Oh God, that's
Purchase,
a nightmare.
128, and then 62 Elliott Street by 128. There's some things left out there. Like when you're under the bridge, you can't see the lights.
No.
Oh,
you-
I know.
You come up on the intersection,
Yes.
and all of a sudden, boom, it's a cluster.
I don't understand that. And it's the town, I know the town didn't do the project, but they should get after these people.
Well,
Someone
somebody-
should be sued. I mean, you
yeah.
can't see that light until you it's too late. You have to hit the brakes. You get
This-
to an accident
Exactly.
almost.
This is using your tax money as well, because that was done by the DPW for the state.
I know that, but it's
And the issues are that our leadership, and being transparent, at the time when that intersection was being planned, that was the best of all evils at that time.
Really?
Because that was done in 97
I don't even remember
98
well, but it's
and
terrible.
into 2000.
It's terrible.
And Department of Public Works for the state, the Department of Transportation, couldn't figure out a way out of it.
And here's the problem. They
Wow.
always say the government's here to help you. And when they help you, they tuck it to you.
They make it worse.
It gets
They
worse.
make it worse.
And you can't say anything. You're supposed to smile about it.
Well,
It doesn't make sense, man.
private business would have to make that intersection better so they could make a profit. But
That's right.
The government doesn't have to, because everybody gets direct deposit on Thursday, no matter if you did a good job or a bad job.
I mean, how about that stupid bridge done on Water Street? The company
Yeah.
went bankrupt, and the same company went bankrupt rebuilt it anyways.
That's
Was it
right.
15 years or
So,
something?
good night, Danvers. Thank you for being with us, and hope to see you on December 21st.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We're sorry about Tony's mouth tonight. God bless.